everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. I still cannot believe that I am able to say those words now because it is like a freaking dream come true. I mean, look at this. We're looking at a pair of zebras. There is a zebra colt just walking around with all of its beautiful, glorious stripes. Look at this little one. We are here in their exhibit watching. Oh, did you see that? Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy to see this little colt walking around. Look at the fuzzy little line of fur down its back. It's going to be so much fun watching you grow up, little zebra. It will be truly an honor. In fact, we should go ahead and find out more about this little zebra before— oh, look at its little butt. Before we go ahead and get started— where are we going? Where are we going? It's got the zoomies. Oh, it's going over to the rest of the herd. Oh, maybe it's going to go over and get some food. Oh, it's just so freaking cute. But we should learn a little bit more about the zebra because I'm already very attached. Before we resume our scenario mode in this beta version of Planet Zoo and just try to learn more about how to take care of the animals, how to manage our zoo, and basically the layers and layers and layers of amazing depth that is in this game. This is literally just my world, my life. I am so happy. But alright. So we're gonna rename this little one after one of you guys, actually, because you, high five friends, y'all have been working so hard to leave those comments, and it is sincerely helping me to really feel more connected to all of the animals. So leave your comments with names, name suggestions, etc. We're gonna be naming all of the animals to really form a bond with them. We're gonna be naming the keepers who are doing a good job. That's right, feed my giraffes, feed them, they're hungry. Their ossicones demand it? Well, not really, because their ossicones are made of bone, but you guys know what I mean. And the more we can name these guys, the more you can name anything, the more you can really develop that deep attachment. So leave your names down in the comments, my friends, and then you too can become a little pooing zebra. Oh my gosh, that's the cutest little poop ever. I know I have never really said something like that before, but I just did. But come on, I wouldn't even notice that. Oh, you're adorable. But alright, so we're gonna go ahead and rename this zebra to Esme. So Esme, thank you so much for leaving such a sweet comment. I am so glad that you enjoy our adventures here, and I am so excited to watch as Esme the zebra foal actually goes to grow up here. Because Esme, Esme, come on. There we go. Now we've got Esme's name properly. But Esme here is a plains zebra. There are actually multiple subspecies of zebra that I can totally tell you guys more about in the future. And as you can see, she's actually got some good animal appeal. Perhaps because she's adorable and tiny and cute. The animal rating is just a 1, so we're gonna have to learn how the animal rating is done as time goes on. And she's really freaking bored, but I cannot yet offer her anything for enrichment because we are still trapped in our objectives for the scenario mode. But let's see. And then actually as Esme ages, we will see the little meter right here, the status, slowly start going around like a clock, and she should actually procedurally age, which means that we won't see her just kind of poof in a thing of confetti like a sim and turn into an adult. She'll gently and slowly get a little bigger. Features about her will change. She'll lose that tiny little fluffy mohawk that baby zebra have down their back like a lot of the equine species do. And then she will suddenly be, over time, the size of an adult, which I think is so cool. Also, she's not very happy with her habitat. They want their terrain set up differently. I want to be able to take care of you, Esme. Hang in there, little one. But for now, we will leave Esme and resume taking care of Goodwin Zoo. Look at this. Oh, this is so exciting to be here, guys. Oh, and this isn't even our zoo. We didn't even build this one. But for the sake of the beta, which only lasts a few more days, I think staying here for a while is going to reveal a lot of awesomeness about the entire game. Everything that you can do in Planet Zoo. So let's carry on. We left off searching for, let's see. Yeah, we set up the common warthog area. And now we need to complete the common ostrich habitat, which, fun fact, my friends, it appears that for now we shall have to put the ostriches over here. But once that is done and we complete that objective, if we come over to my beloved giraffes, Zoopedias, hello gorgeous, I can't wait to give you a new name too. Oh, but Obi is kind of a good name for you. Oh, that'll be something to debate. But if we come over to Obi here, our wonderful reticulated giraffe, we can actually see, right, let's see, interspecies enrichment. We can actually see what other species we could add in with Obi to make him happy, and the common ostrich is actually one of them. So we could eventually pull some of our ostriches from the area that they're having us kind of work on right now, and we could put them in with all of our giraffes and zebras and have a beautiful interspecies example of an ecology. Oh my gosh, where are all you people going? That's right, donate to my giraffes, please. Holy canoodles! Look at that! Look at all that money! Yeah! Ossico and friends, unite! Alright, let's go ahead and build the ostrich exhibit now, and I'll show y'all what it's like to put down the walls and brick by brick create a new section of our zoo. Nancy's gonna come back, so just be ready for that.
Job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
So basically, the habitat gate is going to be your keeper gate. You gotta, like, you can't just expect him to kind of, like, shimmy over a wall like the lemurs.
Right. Let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Roger that. Alright, so we're going to basically use, there's going to be a lot more brick, like it's going to be more than bricks. There's going to be a lot of different wall selections you can use. There's going to be so much more than what you're seeing in the selections right now. We're just limited to only being able to use the items that the tutorial wants us to know about. Alright, and you can also change like a lot. This is where you can get into the nitty-gritty details. If you ever wanted, my friends, a Zoo Tycoon game that not only had extremely realistic animals, but also let you micromanage every detail about how to build the zoo, literally from the ground up, then this is the game for you. So we can actually change the length of the brick wall that we build so that we can just throw a ton of it down at once, or we can do it in little tiny bits. And we can also change like the height. There's so much. There's too much to really explain. Can I put a glass window in? I just figured out how to put in a glass window. That's so cool. That's something new for me. Here's one-way glass. Here's no glass. Sea level relative. Okay, yeah. See, there's so many details. I can't even begin. Curved barrier top. Oh, what? Really? You can actually make like a curved barrier? What does that do? Does it curve my bricks? Huh. Oh, it does. Look at this. What the heck? What if I do it a 90-degree curve? What did that make? You can make swirly do bricks? Oh my goodness gracious. So you can start at the angle. Can I do like a negative number? What if I do 10? Okay, what if I do 2? What? And then what if I do 80? Does that do something? Oh my gosh, you can go ahead and you can make yourselves some curly-do bricks. I had no idea that that was even an option. See, there's so much to learn about in this. Look at that! You can make like a brick wave! What? That's so cool. Yeah, so like you can see, there are a lot of options for how you can decorate. Can I make the brick wave come from the other side? I sure as heck can. Oh my gosh, and then let's shrink it down in size a little bit to get a better curve. Yeah, look at that.
Work.
What do you think, Nancy?
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment.
Yeah,
At least
we're
not
looking at a
without
brick wall,
stepladder.
Nancy.
But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we are actually going to edit the barrier. And we are going to put in a
There we
glass
go.
barrier.
Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy.
A curved
And because this would be a
glass
pretty
window.
terrible zoo if they couldn't.
It's beautiful.
The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
I made a green donation box! Oh, I've never done that before. That's so cool. Look at how easy that was to go ahead and edit it. Oh my gosh. And then, okay, I'm just gonna put it right there.
All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm already learning features that I didn't even know existed. And we're gonna grant but 4 ostriches. And here it's really interesting because, as you guys know, ostriches are sexually dimorphic. So you're gonna have your male ostriches, which are the black ones with the white wing tips. They are actually the ones who take care of the babies. So your male ostrich is kind of in control of a big territory. And in that territory may be several females. They may mate with him, and then he will have his nest, and they will go and lay the eggs in that nest, and then he will settle his fluffy self down on top of it and warm up those eggs. When they hatch, a whole bunch of tiny, freaking adorable little striped baby ostriches shall follow their father around. I don't know how much the females might contribute to taking care of the young. I think maybe everybody moves around as a flock, but if you guys know, I would love to hear it. But let's actually pick some new ostrich names from the names that you guys have left. Let's see, I think I have to buy all of them first. Can I buy them all at once? No, have to buy them individually. All right. Who knew you could adopt a gold star ostrich for only $200? Wow. It's like a ton of my rent, but hey. Alright, so now what's happened is all of these ostriches are in our trade center. And you guys may remember last time, the trade center is a physical place in the zoo. It's right over here. Right here. I'll close this for a second. This is the trade center with this little like auction house thingy. And then literally this building was built by hand. This is not the default buildings. It's just the zookeeper station. We can go inside, guys. I know we can. Let me in. Oh, there we go. Look at this. What do you think about this? You can actually come in here and you can watch your zookeepers prepare some food for the animals. How amazing is this? You can get down here on this level, no joke, and watch as they prepare food and then take that food out and then meander themselves off to take care of your animals. Look at all the detail. Oh, and I did see somebody relaxing at the benches, so you can indeed have people come and sit down at the benches. Aww, look at the little family out with all their kids. That's adorable. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting too distracted, and those donuts look really good. So let's go ahead and wiggle ourselves back over to the ostriches. I'm so proud because I didn't even know you could do those kind of little arched windows. So yay, I learned something new today. So we're going to go into the trade center. What does the history say? Yeah, the history tells us like when we bought the animals, I think. I'm not sure. Does it mean that they're worth more, the transaction? Oh, maybe if you sell them? I'm not sure. We'll figure that out in the future. So let's get all of our ostriches in. Again, you can just hold down shift to select multiple animals instead of have to do it one by one. And then we're going to send them right here.
While you wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Look, our ostriches
It's
are in here.
best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations.
Oh, there's
near to the habitat
Rainbow!
perimeter,
Hey,
so
Rainbow
guests can get a
Man!
really good view of the animals.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make sure that our ostriches have some food. So we're going to pop back over to this exhibit. Look at how it's been so nicely built with these logs. Again, these are not big chunks of items that were put down at once. They were made hand by hand, friends. Hand by hand. All right. Which, if that's too overwhelming for you, the Steam Workshop has thousands of things already that you can download and just instantly be able to have like things built. So don't worry, if you're like me and you're like, oh man, in Sims and in Planet Zoo, I'm happy to have the option to build things in like literally individual blocks. Look at them go! But it's really hard for me to do that. Then you can download things off of Planet Zoo's version of the Sims 4 Gallery, which is going to be the Steam Workshop. And bada boom, bada bing, here comes another ostrich. you can get entire builds without having to stress over it. All right, who's this? Thank you, ma'am. It's our handsome boy. May he reign over his little patch of grass with joy. Look at how much bigger they are. Males are a bit larger, it seems, than females. All right, is she just a tiny female? Let's come and see Dahlia here. We'll look over her genes. In fact, her genes will be over here. No, she's actually a little larger than your average female. Interesting. But all right, we need to feed them. So let's come over to habitat. And then we're going to give them, let's look at the objectives again. A feeding station, water station, and food enrichment. So let's give them their water over here. And then let's go ahead and give them a slow feeder for enrichment that people will be able to watch. So we'll put a couple of them down. And we'll add in more windows on my giant brick wall in the future. And then let's put down a large food bowl. Maybe like over here. There. Ta-da!
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Ooh, okay, so just like I was just talking about having keeper huts, where our keepers will be able to go and prepare the food, we're going to make sure that the keeper hut supplies are close to our various habitats. So we're going to put in a new hut right here.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
There we go. So we're actually in the
Now,
power
the reason
view right
everything has
now.
gone blue
Oh,
is because you're
Nancy's
using
gonna
the
tell
power
us.
heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Here we go. So you can see we put down a keeper hut, and this is where the Tycoon aspect of the game does come in. And it's not powered, so they can't go in there and wash their hands and take care of my ostriches. And we're going to fix that by putting down a transformer. And as Nancy has noted, this transformer and the keeper hut are actually on a staff-only path, because if you are very silly and not like me, then you won't like seeing the facilities at a zoo where all of the nitty-gritty work of cleaning and where they scoop the poop and where the keepers hang out are. I actually went on a private tour in the San Diego Safari Park this last week and used up like all my travel money because I wanted to see the interior of where they work. So I actually loved that. I paid for that opportunity. So it just cracks me up that people are like, oh no, I might see where they store the animal food and where they incubate the eggs. And I'm like, of course you'd want to see that. But I can understand how some want this to be an idyllic park where those nitty-gritty things like transformers aren't in their face. So we shall put it over here.
Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Isn't that awesome? Look at this. You can even see little bottles. Like, why would you not want to see the inside of a keeper hut? I think that that's amazing. And like I said, I literally went on a tour that I paid for out of my own monies because I wanted to see things like this and understand how they worked and understand more of the details about how people take care of the wildlife that they have been charged with treating as animal ambassadors with respect and dedication, so that people will care about those animals and then care about the whole world as a result. And basically, I love that. But if you don't fret, because this path right here with the little Planet Zoo icon, this is a staff only path, and that will actually lead the staff along here. It's like a no access zone. You can see how the guests don't use it. They basically don't really notice things that are this far back. So you can have your keeper hut and your transformer. My dad's an engineer, so he would be like excited to see the transformer. He'd be like, that's not ugly, that's science. But those will be out of view of the guest. Meanwhile, how are our ostriches? Oh, look at them use the feeder! And they're starting to get quite the crowd around them. I can't wait until we can edit more of the habitat walls. Can I do that just yet? Come on, can I? Maybe? Okay, we're being bounced out because we're still in the objectives, which, as you guys noticed, the next one is making Bengal tiger habitats. How cool is that? Alright, but before we go and before I get myself too excited, let's name our new ostriches! We have ostriches, guys! Look at how beautiful they are! Oh, you lovely lady. Oh my goodness. We've got her, and then we've got him way down here. Look at him. Are you just taking a little dust bath, buddy? Oh, he's so cool. He's just relaxing. He's got his little harem of females. Maybe they'll have some eggs and give me some ostrich chicks coming up. But let's go ahead and name them off of the names that you guys have left in the comments. So we're going to rename Moana to Araya. So Araya, thank you so much for your sweet comment. I'm so glad you're enjoying our adventures. And then over here, we're going to have, instead of Dalia, Malia. That's actually... my Leah, there we go. And I'm so glad that we're finally playing Planet Zoo and that you have been looking forward to when I finally get the chance to dive in here. And we're going to rename our male to... hang on, come here, handsome boy, look at those feathers. Jay! So, Jay33721, I'm so glad you're enjoying the giraffe blips. That is definitely a goal in my life, to see as much giraffe blips as we can. And then, where is our last unnamed... there we go, that's Araya. There you are, darling. And then this one is actually going to be, instead of Iffy, Wolfie. Because why not have a Wolfie Skies? There we go. How about we go with Skies? I think we'll, yeah, Skies sounds perfect. So Wolfie Skies, thank you so much. You are now an ostrich too. And we have a little flock made up of some of you guys that I hope will prosper and eventually come to join our giraffes on their side of the zoo. So, alright guys, I'm so happy. I'm so in love. Oh my gosh, look, they jumped up on top of this. That's so cool. They jumped up on top of their decorative rocks. Literally everything you put into their habitat they will interact with, from the plants to the trees. They're not going to walk through it, they're going to treat it just like that. He literally jumped. That is so cool. They're going to treat it as part of their enrichment and part of their habitat to work with. And there goes a train in the background with the beautiful smoke, and I'm basically 1000% in love, and I hope you guys are too. Oh my gosh. But alright, I'm loving this beta version. It's only going to be around until I believe the 8th or the 10th. So I really need to hurry and record a ton more of it, but we will be adventuring with this wonderful zoo and maybe even a franchise mode into the future. If you guys could, do please leave a like for our wonderful ostriches. If you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, look at him go right into the tree. And he didn't even clip through it. He turned around. I love this.